she is horribly aware of the blood on her hands and of the Antiquities Rescue Trust collectively from the Gordian Protocol. She has actual proof that she and one of her expeditions were the most traumatic thing that ever happened to an entire human race, kind of thing. And she is desperate for very human reasons to find some way to compensate for at least a little of what she's done. And she thinks that she has found a way to do it. And in many ways, she's right. In many ways, she's absolutely right. And
kind of half right, though, when you...
Okay. I would say that the really scary thing from the Gordian Division's viewpoint is that anybody who looks at what happened here is going to say, it should have worked. Mm-hmm. Okay?
Yeah.
They're going to look at it and they're going to say, the only reason it didn't work was boom. Mm-hmm. Okay? And they're right. Mm-hmm. That's the only reason it didn't work. And so you're actually going to have, in many ways, once you get past the fact that this almost wiped us out again, as a universe, once you get past that, okay, you're going to have people who are going to be more motivated rather than less motivated to look at doing the same thing. Mm-hmm. And I could actually see at some point a government-sponsored, controlled experiment to see, how well this works. One of the things that is interesting to me in the course of this book is almost everybody is reacting with, "Are you out of your mind?" When people want to do this. But the two characters in the book who are most intimately familiar with the physics of what's involved here, I'm thinking Heinenkampf and
what? Andover Chen?
Andover Chen. They're both saying, they really have a point. We need more data. They're both says, no. But we don't really understand what's going on here, and we need to, no.
More data would really be nice. We've got these, scientific equations that we thought were whole, and now they're kind of in pieces from what happened in book one. And we would
Jacob broke us.
and we would really like some data in order to kind of put them back.
It's kind of like, are you mad? And I think that's one of the things that is kind of fun about these books from our perspective. And I don't know how much of it is because it's a collaboration. It's usually hard for one writer to have people who are legitimately saying, but we think it's a good idea, and somebody else saying, but we think it's a terrible idea, and not have the writer's view of which is the good idea and which is the bad idea coloring the way the characters are presented. Do you follow what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That this guy over here is obviously an idiot because he wants to do this perfectly reasonable thing that I, as the author, think is a bad idea. So, he's obviously an idiot. There are no idiots in this. Well, okay. There is one person whose interpersonal judgment was flawed, shall we say. But that's... what can I say?
We should probably leave it at that.
but everybody else who knew the people involved were like, boy, are you wrong. I know what I'm doing here. Okay, fine. But one of the things also, I think that in many ways, and this, I'm not going to give you the background for this because it would be a major league spoiler, but Jacob is going to know what I'm talking about. I think the scene with Raybert at the very end of the novel, where he's got the history that he hasn't opened yet, I think that is one of the most poignant, certainly one of the most poignant scenes that I've been involved with, in a quiet, understated kind of way. When you start thinking about the implications of what he's thinking about, what he's looking at. There, see,
which we can't talk about.
We can't talk about that.
You'll just have to read it. Trust us, it's worth it. Are we trustworthy in this regard?
I don't know. They're going to be paying us if they buy the books. I mean, Filthy Lucre, my favorite character out of Robin Hood Men in Tights was Filthy Lucre, the assassin. I thought, but sorry, that's what they call an off-the-wall aside. Anybody who hasn't seen Robin Hood Men in Tights, see it. It does to Robin Hood Prince of Thieves what Robin Hood Prince of Thieves deserves to have done to it. Mel Brooks strikes again, And how's that for a free associating segue into... But I think the Valkyrie Protocol it's sort of the nature of the threat that they face wasn't a given. But where Siskov and admin from the Gordian Protocol go in the course of this novel, I think is pretty much inevitable unless they were going to get into a shooting confrontation. And it builds logically from where you were in Gordian Protocol. One of the fascinating things about this book, though, is in the Gordian Protocol, admin is clearly the bad guys. Okay? That's partly because you don't see Siskov, so they're like, oh, well, they must be the good guys. They're not doing anything bad, so they must be the good guys. You get a different perspective on the admin. And one of the things, the nature of the books, is that the people you're getting the different perspective on really are the same people who you killed off in the first book. It's kind of like watching Supernatural. Nobody stays dead.
Well, one of the things about the admin characters, first, when I was, writing those scenes and, developing, the admin characters, and a lot of the admin characters were characters that I developed. I approached them as kind of, from their perspective, they're tragic heroes. That no matter what they do, no matter what they throw at this madman with a time machine, they just keep failing, and they're going to fail.
Yeah.
And then
they don't know they're going to fail. Although they begin to get a clue by the end there. Yeah.
But in the first book, they're in terms of the mechanics of their organization, they're very effective.
Yeah.
At what they are setting out to do, and they've done similar things before, and they've worked against similar threats before.
Well, they haven't actually worked against similar threats, but they have worked against what they are conceptualizing as similar threats. Their response to this threat is conditioned in large part by the way that they have responded to threats in the past.
I'm referring to the fact of someone in control of a rogue time machine.
Yeah, exactly.
That's something that
they know what to do about it.
Yeah. And so there's a certain amount of experience and professionalism that kind of comes with them, and effective problem solving, and so that makes them, I think, entertaining bad guys.
Yeah.
But then when those same attributes are then applied to, say, assist the protagonists, then it's like,